Hey friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Kaylee, this is Bennett, and this is Foodie Friday. Hey, say hi. Say hi. So for this week's recipe, we are going to be making one of my childhood favorites, and that's macaroni and cheese. When I was a kid, I pretty much lived off of macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. Vegetables were not a thing in my diet. I hated them and wanted nothing to do with it. So I decided, now that I'm a lover of all fruits and vegetables, to put a healthy twist on my favorite childhood recipe. One of the great things that I love about this recipe is not only is it super delicious and filling, but it is jam-packed with healthy nutrients. And we're sneaking in some vegetables so you can trick those little picky eaters in your family. As stated in the title of this recipe, this is a vegan and gluten-free recipe, so if you do not have to comply to either of these diets, I still recommend that you give this recipe a try. It is extremely delicious. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. So without further ado, let's get to cooking. All right, friends, the first ingredient we're going to be using in this recipe is 1 to 2 boxes of your favorite gluten-free pasta. Mine is the chickpea pasta by Barilla. The second ingredient we're going to be using is 1 cup of raw cashews. It's important to use raw in this recipe because you don't want any of that roasted flavor to come out in your pasta. Next, we're going to be using 3/4 to 1 cup of full-fat coconut milk, just depending on how thick you like your cheese sauce. And then we're going to be using 1 large russet potato peeled, 1 small yellow onion, and we're going to chop this. And then we also have 2 whole carrots peeled and chopped. For flavor, we're going to be using 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. And then we also have 3 to 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. You kind of do this by taste. And then we have our spice blend, which is 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon of paprika, and 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. The very first thing that we're going to do is take our raw cashews and soak them in boiling hot water. This is going to soften them and make them a lot easier to blend for our creamy vegan cheese sauce. You can soak your cashews overnight if you prefer, but if you're in a pinch for time, you can always soak these in boiling hot water for 15 to 20 minutes. While our cashews are soaking, we're going to chop and roast our vegetables. So I just roughly chop all of these up. I try to get them in smallish cubes just so that way they cook really fast. The reason we're going to be roasting our vegetables and not boiling them is when you boil your vegetables, you actually leach out the nutrients that are in your vegetables. So in order to keep these nutrient rich, we're going to roast these in our oven after we are finished chopping them. So like I said, chop all your veggies up kind of small, but roughly. There's no really rhyme or reason in how you chop them. And then we're going to place these on a parchment paper lined baking sheet and roast them in our oven for 25 to 30 minutes at 425 degrees. While our veggies are roasting, let's prepare our pasta. So I'm using 2 boxes of Barilla chickpea rotini pasta for this. You're more than welcome to just cut this in half and use 1 and save the cheese sauce for later, but cook as the instructions on the box and allow your noodles to cool after draining for a few minutes. While our pasta noodles are slightly cooling, we're going to start our vegan cheese sauce. So we're going to drain our soaked cashews and add them into a food processor, as well as our lemon juice and full-fat coconut milk. Place the lid on your food processor or blender and blend on high. When blending these first few ingredients, you don't need to get them super fine. Just blend them until most of the larger chunks are broken up. And then once your veggies are out of the oven, go ahead and add them to your blender immediately along with your spices and blend. I will say, just to note, with your nutritional yeast, I noted that you should add between 2 and 4 tablespoons. I like the cheesy flavor that nutritional yeast yields, so I add all 4. But if you're new to this flavor, go ahead and add 2 to start, taste, and then add more. But you're going to puree this until a smooth, creamy, and dreamy cheese sauce comes together. Once your cheese sauce has come together, add to your warm noodles and mix, and just try not to drool. Sorry, I was having a moment. right, friends, our mac and cheese is done and I have a huge bowl of it waiting for me in the kitchen to devour. I hope you enjoyed this week's recipe. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like as well as subscribe to my channel so you never miss an upload. My upload days are Mondays for the Fit Mom Files, my vlog series tracking my postpartum journey as well as just being a new mom, and Fridays for Foodie Friday. I look forward to getting together next week where we cook another nutritious and delicious dish. All right, you guys, see you next time.